Ian,
Sir.
we postulated on a blanket-covered looking console arcade unit on the last podcast.
And we're getting pretty much what I expected it to be.
And a YouTuber got the skinny. And Spawn Wave, I heard of in the past, does good work. He got the inside skinny on the reveal. He got some photos and even what purports to be, am I using that word correctly? Purports to be the 40-game Neo Geo mini list. And I think we speculate about 30 to 40 games is probably kind of like what it probably would be.
And 40 probably should have been obvious, I guess, with it being the 40th.
Oh, yeah. I didn't even think about that. Yeah, 40.
Yeah.
Well, fuck me then.
I didn't think
I'm
of
not that
it.
smart.
I didn't think of it until after
Yeah,
the list was
that
done. So I was
makes
like, oh,
sense.
that makes sense.
Let's look at the 100th anniversary. Get the 100-game one. So, all right. So, you have a cute little mini tabletop arcade unit that I think it looks all right. I'm not overjoyed with it. I think you're more bullish than me on how this looks. You have a little mini a mini chubby little joystick.
It looks like the Japanese MVS.
And you have it looks like the CD controller, the Neo Geo CD controller, kind of with the gray buttons. Probably feels somewhat similar. You have the 4 buttons. You don't have the traditional 4-color Neo Geo buttons. Unfortunately, I'll get into that. And you have a start and select button. It looks like, or I guess a coin and player button. I can't see from here. But it looks like it's only about a foot tall. Doesn't look that big, which I was kind of shocked at. I thought it'd be bigger than that.
Really?
Yeah, I thought it would. I thought you would have like a more traditional, I guess, I don't know. Maybe I'm thinking of something else. I didn't think it'd be that mini. It has a 3.5-inch LCD screen, built-in analog joystick. Analog, really, not digital. Analog? Are they not being correct there?
Yeah. I mean, it should be digital, but I mean, it's a small little item.
Okay. I'm just thinking of analog versus digital. That's all. And buttons. There's an HDMI port for outputting it on a bigger screen. There's a headphone jack on the back as well. And then you have, let's see, ports on either side of the mini allow 1 to 2 players to plug in wired black and white USB-C controllers. So they're actually putting out a Neo Geo controller as well. Right. Which we possibly, it'll probably be a one. We both said, it's going to be a 1 joystick setup on this, no matter what. It's going to have 40 preloaded games. Okay. So first, what do you think of the look of this? You like there's a little blue header on the top to sort of emulate a Neo Geo arcade machine, so you show off 4 game titles on the top. I think that's cute.
Well, yeah, I mean, that blue hood, it looks like the Japanese machine. I like the way it looks.
You like the Japanese versus the red US?
I would like both of them, but
as an option?
I don't think there's any problem with it looking the way it does. I mean, that's iconic.
Do you think they'll give you your own little stickers put on, or just the same stickers? Let's see. What do you got? You got what are the 4 games on there? Is that Metal Slug? A Samurai Showdown? Probably a King of Fighters. I can't really see from that. I can't tell.
Yeah, I can't tell what the other one is either.
But you like it though overall?
Yes, I do. I think with the LC, it's about what I expected. If they actually want really this small to sell,
yeah, it's gonna be small.
They want it to sell. If it's gonna sell, it's gonna need to be under 120. I imagine.
Dollars?
Yep. I imagine they'll be able to sell that at probably about a $100 price point. A 3.5-inch LCD, a 3.5-inch screen, whatever they're using, is, I mean, that's game. I mean, you'd hope for that would be a better refresh rate, but I mean, we're talking about technology that could go into any portable system that sells for $100.
Sure. I mean, you see little LCD screens on everything now. You walk into your Walmart and it's like, oh, play 200 games in one on our little handheld. So yeah, that's not that much money. What do you think about the joystick and buttons?
I think they're fine for the amount of space that they need. I think expecting a digital joystick, I would have liked one. I would have certainly liked a digital joystick. I understand why there's analog there. Probably for the size, I'm going to guess it's probably the easiest thing to do.
So you think that's micro switches in that joystick?
No, if it's analog, there's no micro switches.
Okay, that's the big difference. Okay.
So I think that's why they probably went analog. If it's that small, you would either have to do like a Neo Geo Pocket micro switch thumbstick, or you could probably do an analog one for a lot cheaper. So I'm guessing they probably went analog.
And the extra controllers might have the little micro switch. It looks like they're going to do like the 4-button joypad.
I would love to see what those joypads end up looking like. I've held similar ones before, and they're super comfortable and fun to use. They've reproduced these a handful of times for PC, I think Sega Saturn, PlayStation 2. So it'd be great if these come out and are universal or at least usable on a couple of systems. I would definitely grab those just for the fun of it. But I'll get this. I mean, I never thought that this was going to get released in a form for a reasonable amount of money that was necessarily going to be fantastic for a long amount of playtime. I didn't.
I guess I just thought with what the Neo Geo market is, I thought this would be bigger and better. That's what I thought this would be, something like 2.5 feet, something that like this is a substantial piece of hardware. That's what I thought.
But SNK doesn't have that kind of money, and they need this to sell.
I guess I'm looking at the more expensive Neo Geo market and saying like they would be able to afford that and they would put the money down for it, versus something that bridge the gap to more casual audience.
There's a market, sure, for crazy Neo Geo collectors, but
to me, the crazy Neo Geo collector won't buy this. Like they'll almost put off by it. To me,
I'm pretty sure that they'll buy it.
They'll buy it just because they bought the Neo Geo X.
They're gonna buy it to buy it.
Okay, we disagree on there. I don't know, but well, you want to go over the 40 games on here? What we got for the 40 games here?
Nothing surprising in the slightest. That's the only thing. Like, it's a great. I mean, it's the jukebox of what I would have expected to see on there. Do I
want to do a rundown of it?
Go for it.
Well, I don't have it open in front of me. The list.
The link that I have doesn't have the list on it either.
Well, we're professionals. Let's go into the YouTube video that has the list. Then, let's see. I don't want to see the same soccer stadium commercial on YouTube for the 50th time.
It was Metal. I'm pretty sure it was Metal Slug 1, 2, and 3. It has King of Fighters 96, 97, 98.
Here it is. Ready?
Yep.
King of Fighters 95. King of Fighters 97. Was there not one in 96? I don't know.
There is.
98, 2000, and 2002.
Weird.
So that's where when I first see that, I'm like, is this a final list? Is this not the real list? Do you need 5 of the 40 games to be King of Fighters games on here?
What else are they going to throw in there?
Well, we'll get into that. They have Art of Fighting on there and Fatal Fury Special. So 2 of the 3 franchises that make up King of Fighters are on there. But I don't see World Heroes anywhere. Maybe we'll get to it. Real About Fatal Fury. Fatal Fury? That's another franchise. Fatal Fury. Garu, Mark of the Wolves. Not familiar with that game.
That's another Fatal Fury.
Okay, so all of a sudden we have already 9 fighting games. Samurai Shodown 2, not the original, which I think is weird. And Samurai Shodown 4. And then Samurai Shodown 5 Special. We have the first 12 games being fighting games. Last Blade 2. Not familiar with that one.
Really?
There we go. No, I'm not. What? I don't know every Neo Geo game that came out. World Heroes, perfect. Okay, there's your World Heroes. I can see having World Heroes game on there. Kaizuna Encounter. All right. Well, that's a shooter, right?
No, that's a fighter.
Okay, I don't know what I'm talking about then. So there you go. Metal Slug 1, 2, and 3. King of the Monsters 2. Shock Trooper Second Squad. Sengoku 3, not the original. Okay. Ninja Masters, not familiar with that one. Top Players Golf.
Ninja Masters is a fighter.
So almost all the first ones are, except for the Metal Slug games, it looks like, are fighters.
Well, that's what SNK is known for. I mean, almost everything that they got big for on that system is a fighter.
But this is also a Neo Geo platform of itself, though.
Yes.
Okay.
That's mostly what it is.
No, it's not.
Yes,
Top Players Golf. Okay. Super Sidekicks, Blazing Star, Puzzled. This is why I think this list is not real when I first see it, because why are they splitting up the Metal Slug games in this list? So you have Metal Slug 1, 2, and 3 on the left. On the right, you have X, 4, and 5. That's just really weird to me that it's set up like that. This is almost like a multi-cart list they took from somewhere. Magician Lord, there you go. There's a original King of the Monsters. Okay. Blues Journey, Shock Troopers, Robo Army, Cross Swords, Mutation Nation, 3-count bout, Last Resort, Ghost Pilots, and Football Frenzy. I don't know if that's a real list when I look at that.
Doesn't seem that off to me.
It seems a little off to me.
I'm not sure why you're surprised at that amount of fighting games.
There's not a huge amount of variety when I'm looking at it. They couldn't put one Puzzle Bobble game on there? They couldn't license it?
It's not SNK.
They couldn't get the license.
None of that stuff is anything that's not SNK or non-first party.
Can't give me Super Spy?
Probably not.
Can't give me Baseball Stars?
Baseball Stars I was surprised to not see. I'm pretty sure I saw a list that did have Baseball Stars on it somewhere. So but no matter how you dice it, yes, you're probably going to have that many fighting games. I mean, that's the majority of what's on.
So
that
we need to
system.
have 6 Metal Slug games on this.
You're probably gonna have all the Metal Slugs.
I'm not excited for this list. There's not enough variety. Over 40 games for me. There isn't. I'm just sorry there's not. I don't need to have 6 King of Fighter games and 2 Fatal Furies.
What would you have wanted on it then?
3. You need 3 Samurai Showdowns. 3 of them, Ian.
This is what people want on the Neo Geo. This is what people play.
I'm not interested.
Fine. I'm just
telling you, I'm not interested personally.
I don't know what Neo Geo you would have wanted, or what
the
Neo
games
Geo
that I
you
played
know.
in the arcade. The games that were actually in the arcade in the U.S. that were played. Some of them.
This is what I mostly saw.
You saw King of Fighters 2000 in
Yes.
your machines when you first went in the early to mid 90s.
Yes, all I've ever
No, you
seen
didn't see it because it wasn't out then.
Not
yet.
in the 90s, but when it was around.
For the first 3 or 4 years, you didn't have a lot of fighting games besides Art of Fighting, World Heroes on there. You had Samurai Showdown 1 on a lot of where's Samurai Showdown 1?
2 is a better game.
But you can't put 1 on there then? Well, give me 1 and 4. Am I being totally ignorant of which the fighting games people want to play? I just want more variety. That's all.
2 would have been a better choice.
Give me NAM 1975. Something different. No? They put Magician Lord on there, but not Super Spy?
Super Spy is that SNK? I don't think so.
I don't care if it is. Get the fucking rights. Pay $2 for them.
They don't have a ton of cash.
Oh my God. Well, I never played Football Frenzy. Is that decent?
Actually, I don't know anything about football.
I'm guessing that's a soccer game, not an actual American football game.
Let's find out.
Let's find out about that. Football Frenzy. The golf game's on there, which is fun.
Oh, which one? It's not Turf Masters, is it?
Oh, it's not? It's the other one?
Yeah, Turf Masters.
Top players.
is the
Okay,
good
I
one.
thought it was Turf. Okay. Damn it. Football Frenzy Neo Geo. Oh, it's an American football game. I never played that before. That's one I never saw in an arcade, actually.
Isn't there a Super Nintendo or NES version of this?
Not NES.
Oh, okay. I could be wrong.
It looks like a Tecmo. It's a cute looking Tecmo Bowl looking game with a cute eagle, bald eagle as. All right, so you're more bullish on this than me. I don't like this list. They have King of the Monsters though, and Magician Lord. There you go. There's a little original throwback.
You can get Magician Lord on the Switch if that's all you want.
Oh really?
Mm-hmm.
You're not selling me. All right, so you think it's gonna be $120 at most?
I think I think they're gonna have to try to shoot for a $100 price tag, but I think no matter what, it'll probably be under 120.
Okay. So you think that these are 40 games that just because they had them laying around, they didn't have to license anywhere to put them on and be done with it?
Yeah, I don't think they put a lot of thought into the list. I just understand why so many of these are on there. This is the usual SNK greatest hits. When you see SNK putting out Neo Geo stuff, this is a lot of the stuff you see.
What the hell is Blues Journey?
It's a platformer.
Okay, so we got one platformer. Okay. I never played Mutation Nation either. Mutation Nation
is fun.
Okay. There you go. Enjoy your Neo Geo Mini with 50 out of the 40 games being fighting games. I don't know how that's possible.
It's very possible.
I just wish there was more variety. That's all. Okay? Am I an idiot? I guess so. I wish there was more variety. I wish there was more of the games I actually played in the arcade. That's all. I'm sorry. No dodgeball. They couldn't get a Super Dodgeball on there. They ever play that version? You get the big head guy?
Only a few times. It's fun. It's different.
It's different. Thank you. Give me Bust a Move. That's all. Moving on.